Ovechkin. Here he comes. Ovechkin trying to drag it through there. Oh! Scored! Alexander Ovechkin, when it looked like it was no longer possible, he still got it done. Fourth attempt to the puck, trying to get away from Ramsey. Alone in front, he scores! First line against fourth line. Can't happen in Calgary. Peter Forsberg, so elusive, so fast, was such a great release. You have more chance of scoring high than you do low. Looking out at it, and he says, look at holy man. Would you believe Stevie Wonder does it again? LaFleur in the front, shoot, score! Well, that was really classic LaFleur, Bob. Tremendous stick handling. Shane Doan now tries to spring his man. He's got Nash. Rick Nash in there. Scores! What a beauty by Nash! Unbelievable! Back up. Outlet pass for Rick Nash. Nash now tries to flip to the bench and walk in. Nice move. Another nice move. Oh, he scored! Oh, what a goal! It doesn't get any better than this.
That was dirty. We've seen some great goals, but this is where things get really, really, really tough. You got the greatest player to ever play in the National Hockey League in Wayne Gretzky, and the greatest defenseman to ever play in the National Hockey League in Bobby Orr. Both brilliant, and both in our top three.
Wayne Gretzky.
He was born to be the greatest player that ever played the game.
He is the most elite skilled player that the game has had to this point.
What made me a player that I was relying on my speed and my intelligence.
He was the worst stick in hockey, and he had one of the best shots in hockey.
I think one of the things in my career that I was a little bit underrated at was that, if there was a loose puck, I was going to get to it.
Breakaway pass to Gretzky. Greg Levy's trying to catch him. Can't! Gretzky scores!
You couldn't just watch Gretzky. You had to know what was going on all over the ice. So if Curry was over here behind you, you had to know that or you were toast.
He'd throw a pass across the ice to nobody. There's nobody there except Gary Curry would be coming. Boom, it's right on the tape.
You could argue whether or not you were as fast or as strong or your shot was as hard, and yet he was just a pure genius on the ice. He looked at the puck in the air, looked around at the net, spun around in the air and batted the puck.
Up in the air, Gretzky scores!
Into the top corner of the net. After having seen the puck up in the air, looking to check where the net was, spinning around and banging it into the net. I mean, it's just something you just smile and you shake your head. He would see people and find people on the ice that nobody else would see. And you wouldn't even know that they were open until he would deliver the puck there. Nobody saw it in the ice better than Gretzky.
His vision was remarkable.
I really just followed Bobby Clark and patterned myself after what he did, and that's how I started playing behind the net. My rest of my career was played a lot, from the corners and from behind the net. We were in Montreal. It was in overtime, and I went in front of the net, and he was behind the net. He was the player that was the most patient behind the net, and I literally looked at him and I said, wait. Like, I gave him the finger up. I went all the way outside the zone, outside the blue line. I came right back down the middle, and he waited till I came all the way back and gave it to me. I put it in the net, and it was overtime. We were in the locker room. I never forgot that. Because like, what player would actually have the presence to see the other coming going, you wait for me, I'll be right back. It was like a chess master that, you might know how to play chess. You might know how to move the pawn like I know how to move the pawn. But I know what's going to happen 15 moves ahead, and you only know what's going to happen 1 move ahead.
I think genius is the perfect word for it.
Bobby Orr.
He's over the line, and he's going deep on Lyjak, and he goes behind the net. How's open? Getting daylight up through center ice. Walking in, shot kicked out, another shot. Great shot, now!
Just an incredible, talented player that changed the game. For the defenseman from that position, being able to dominate the game like he did from the back end like he did was just phenomenal.
He revolutionized the game because he was so far superior in all the skill levels that any other league at that time had.
Bobby Orr's got it as he's doing a bit of fancy stick handling between the two blue lines.
Just sitting on the bench and watching this guy dominate on the ice. I mean, he could take his speed to whatever level he had to be faster than the guy trying to chase him.
To try to penetrate. Harris, he does. He's in. He cuts in front and scores!
Such a nice, fluent way that he played, hand-to-hand rushes, so talented, could skate like the wind.
Well, the fact that he revolutionized the position is just remarkable to me. And you look at those old highlights when he was at his best. Just to go from a start, make a play, get back to position like he could. I mean, he's the first to do it.
Mario Lemieux.
I think if there's one guy that you can put together an extended reel of just magnificent goals, it's Mario Lemieux.
Mario was a lot like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan wanted the ball, Mario Lemieux wanted the puck. And when you got him the puck, he made special things happen.
Here's Lemieux. The center penalty coming up. Look at Lemieux. Oh, my heavens. What a goal. What a move. Lemieux. Oh, baby.
He was so skilled. I knew skilled players that marveled at him. Big guy, strong, quick release, a great shot. You know, he had probably the most skilled guy I ever seen him play with or against. He had his two moves. Give him the top block, he's going to put it there, and he's going to put it right. He's going to put it right where he should, or he's going to bring those injuries. One-on-one, he's no question the toughest guy to defend at the goal. He was the first sort of big man to be able to combine that reach and size with finesse that a guy who's only 6 feet tall could have, and he's pretty special.
He just had all the skills in the world. And then to boot, he was 6'6" and strong as an ox.
Shoots and scores. Mario Lemieux.
Mario and I were really similar, probably more similar than any other player that I played with or against in my career. Not only how we handled the puck, but how we saw the ice. The difference was his reach.
Look out here. He shoots one. That's in. Lemieux scored.
Skill-wise, yeah, could be the best player, best talent that ever played the game.
His skill was indisputable. The fact that he had that size to go with it. I mean, you could be on his left hip trying to check him, and the puck's 4 feet away. You just can't get it.
Breakaway chance for Mario Lemieux. In on goal. He shoots and scores.
I'm coming up the ice. I'm coming right at you, and I'm going to go right through you and around you, and can't stop.
He could really, really make you look bad one-on-one.
Mario Lemieux coming to center, trying to fool Bork and does. Look out! Scores!
I don't know what I was doing on that. That was, whenever I see that, I just turn away or walk away because that was really embarrassing.
He put the puck in the skates of Captain Ray Bork.
I don't know if it was going left or right. It was comical. It's comical to watch.
To play with Ray every day is to know how good Ray was. He was so special. And that's what I talked about, the ability to do something one-on-one to a person is almost incomprehensible.
Have you ever seen such finesse?
Guys on the bench still, I can still remember them staying on the bench. That was unbelievable. He's our teammate. Noel Sanderson looked back at me and said, that was off the charts.
That really was. You got Ray Bork, who's a Hall of Famer, and here Mario just skates by him like it's nothing. 199 points he had one season in the NHL. The Wayner, 4 times he broke 200 points during the course of the regular season. Tough to position the top 3, but we hope you enjoyed our top 10. From all this here, thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you again.